What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at Coin Operated Carnage, which is an early access roguelike dungeon crawler that just went into early access on Steam on July 20th. Now, to celebrate the launch of the game, the developer has sponsored this video through Indie Boost, so I appreciate the opportunity for that. Now let's dive right on in and take a look at it. Now, when you first get into the game, Coin Operated Carnage here, we will get into the whole coin mechanic here in a moment, but the basics of the game, it's a roguelike game that you're going to have a different experience every time through, and your objective is to make it through this particular maze. Now, there's going to be several adventures along the way that are going to unlock additional adventures. If you see down at the bottom of this tiny maze, maybe you will find the entrance to another adventure. Now, there's going to be adventures that unlock adventures. There's no way to just zerg right through the map, as you're going to need these adventures to grow in your power. Now, we see these three available portrait slots. We've got our main portrait up top, which would be our active hero. Now, of course, we don't have a hero yet, so we don't have this first portrait slot cleared. Now, additionally, as you make your way through the campaign, you're going to get additional heroes added in. The heroes down below are heroes that you have access to but are resting, so you will be able to swap in and out in between those heroes as need be. Now, there is an enormous amount of info to learn about this game. However, the developer did go through and put in very, very detailed tooltips for every single thing in the game. So, for example, if you don't know what this sword slot is, well, if you right-click it, it's going to tell you that is a melee weapon slot or a hit item slot. This is a block item slot. This would be an ability item slot, etc., etc. Now, we see our coin holders here on the left and the right of the screen. We're going to earn two different types of coins as we progress through. We're going to earn silver coins, which we're going to get from killing baddies, and we're going to use these silver coins to unlock various events throughout the game. Everything is based off of coins. If you come into an event that you want to participate in, but say it costs 5 coins and you've only got 4 coins, silver coins, then you're not going to be able to do that event, so you would have to go back and find another coin. Now, additionally, over on the right, we've got our copper coin slot holder. Copper coins are used for movement. You're going to get these for killing enemies as well, and you will also get them when you enter a new level of a particular dungeon. Now, the copper coins are movement related, so to make a move, you will need to spend a copper coin. Now, additionally, say you're out of copper coins and you have no moves to make, there's going to be a timer up at the top. If you make a move with a copper coin before this timer expires, then the timer will reset. If you have no copper coins and the timer does expire, you're going to be awarded a copper coin. However, you are also going to take a little bit of damage. The amount of damage you take is going to be based off of your character's fatigue. So depending on what their fatigue stat is how much damage you would take per turn as the timer ticks down. Now, one thing you'll find out right away in Coin Operated Carnage is it's not a zerg game. You don't zerg through and kill everything in the dungeons. Every move you make, you have to look to see if you're going to have enough coins available to get to your objective, and you're not going to want to enter every combat encounter. Because remember, this is a roguelike game. If you have the opportunity to avoid damage, then of course you're avoiding that reward, but you are also keeping from taking any damage. Now, if we take a look at the gallery here, it is going to show us all of the heroes, enemies, items, traits, consumables, and tiles in the game. And it's quite extensive. These will be random each individual time through. Of course, the heroes you'll get used to after time. However, the heroes will be randomly assigned to you as you go through. You actually get a choice, which you'll see here shortly. However, it will be that roguelike experience for each individual playthrough. Now, with an enormous amount of heroes, enemies, items, traits, consumables, and tiles, once again, it comes around to that tooltip, which the developer did just an amazing job of. So, for example, if we want to look through the heroes, the Plague Doctor here, right-clicking on it is going to give us the tooltip for that tile. If you look over to the right, every hero is going to have an ability, a self perk, and an aura perk. The Plague Doctor here has the ability Leech, inflicts the enemy champion with an evil status effect, dealing damage after each of Plague Doctor's successful actions. Action coins in excess grant a chance to inflict Plague Doctor with a good status effect, restoring health after each of his successful actions. Then additionally, there is a self perk, Pestilence. After being targeted by a hit, inflicts the opponent with an evil status effect, reducing damage. Then we look down even further to the aura perk. The Plague Mask grants 30% evil status effect immunity chance to Plague Doctor and 50% or 15%, pardon me, to Plague Doctor's friends. Now this goes back to our rested heroes. If the Plague Doctor is rested, we're going to get this aura perk on the hero that we have active. So there are multiple heroes to choose from. I'm assuming there will be even more, as this is an early access product and still in development. Taking a look through the enemies, there is a wide assortment of enemies as well, some a little more fearsome than others. All the way from the Birdo all the way up to the Drago. So big variants on enemy types throughout. There's demons, there's just regular old animals like the Krabby. There's all kinds of mythical creatures. Items are going to be anything from a weapon to a block item. Say like chainmail here increases your armor. Armor is going to be a direct damage reduction. So by applying chainmail or by using the chainmail, you would get 1 less damage. So if an enemy hits you for 4, you're only going to take 3 damage. Then we got traits. Traits will fly through, and we'll see traits quite often. All kinds of stuff. Obese increases fatigue by 1. Well, that's not good. And then, of course, there's consumables. Consumables can restore your health. All of them have a thorough tooltip throughout. And then there's the standard tiles you might go to. So let's say, for example, a door. Let's see if someone opens. Enemies cannot pass, and only tiles that behave like a path tile can be entered from here. So if we run to a door, we can go through a door, and if an enemy is chasing us, they're not going to be able to pursue us. Then we've got things such as like the Antiquary. Now this one, as you see, costs 2 silver coins. So if you don't have 2 silver coins, you can't access the Antiquary. Now the Antiquary is going to require delivering twice, or going to twice, pardon me. As you see the tooltip, don't forget to pick up the goods as soon as they are ready. So you're going to have to go to the Antiquary, leave the Antiquary, and then return to get your item that costs those 2 silver coins. The Antiquary so far for me has been very lucky, so I've been visiting it anytime I see it. You've got various throughout. Additionally, we're going to come to gatehouses like this one. It will take more than 1 attempt to break through. Now, this means that at your first time going onto a gatehouse tile, you're not going to be able to get through that gatehouse, meaning you're going to have to back off and then go back in. Now, let's go ahead and jump in and get a mission started here. So, if we head back out, we are right here at the base tile, and our first adventure is going to be the tiny maze here. A tiny adventure awaits where you never know what will happen. If you return in one piece, you will be rewarded. Maybe you'll find the entrance to another adventure. Now, adventures that are going to unlock a character or a hero for you are going to be these ones that are labeled. We got the proper maze, we've got the tiny maze, and then we've got the humongous maze. And then remember, by completing adventures, you're going to unlock additional adventures throughout your journey. So let's go ahead and pop on in, and we'll get our very first one started. And here we go. Now, as we first go in, we are going to get a character unlocked. So here is our choices here. We've got the Brewmaster, we've got the Plague Doctor, or we've got the Zealot. I think I'll choose the Brewmaster on this one, as I have not played this character yet, so it will be exciting to see what this one has to offer. Now, if we go through, if we see on the left side of the box here, it's going to show us how many levels are available in this particular dungeon or adventure. We're on the base level right now. There's going to be 3 additional levels on top of it. Now, each one of these levels are going to be building us up, and we're going to be leading up to a boss. So at the end of every adventure, you will have a combat encounter that you must complete to get through that adventure. Now, if we look at our coins, we were awarded with a ton of copper coins just for entering that adventure. Our fatigue tot kicked in because I'm taking too long here, as you see the counter ticking away. And then we've got 1 silver coin. So if we watch that counter again, if I make a tile and spend, or make a move and spend a silver or a copper coin, we're going to see that timer gets reset. And now we got our first possible encounter here, a rally point. Let's just go ahead and head across the rally point. Each one of these moves, of course, is costing... Oh! And wow, okay, so a rally point was another hero. This is the first time I've seen this one. So here we've got, what, the Scarecrow. We've got the Plague Doctor again, or the Witch Doctor. Let's take the Scarecrow on this one. The Scarecrow is going to go down to one of our rested tiles here. We were also awarded 2 copper. And then let's see what this tile is, a fountain. Treat yourself to a sip. Might even find a lucky coin from some fool who mistook this as a wishing well. That sounds good. Let's go for it. So we got +5 health, and we actually were awarded a silver coin for hitting up the wishing well. Here we go, the tombstones. The exhumation might reveal treasures or something you don't really want to face. Well, it's a risk. Let's go for it. And what are we going to get? We did not get any treasure. And it bumped us out. So let's go ahead and continue on here. Over here we have an ancient chest. There must be an artifact in here. Now this ancient chest, you see, is sealed. So there's going to be a trigger somewhere on the map to open that ancient chest, and I have yet to find it. Now over here we have a bank. The bank is going to cost a silver coin, but it's going to allow us to deposit a silver coin, which at the end of the stage we will get interest on. So never a bad idea to put some safety savings into the bank. Let's continue on through, and here we see we've got that gatehouse. Now the gatehouse is not going to allow us through on the first try, but let's go ahead and continue on down. The first attempt it kicked us back, and then on the second attempt it kicked us back, but now it's going to let us through. But we see it also revealed an enemy, the Toadster. The Toadster, let's just go ahead and get on him and push on through and see if we can't bust this fool's butt. If you move onto the tile neighboring the Toadster first, then you are attacking. If the Toadster moves onto the tile first, then the Toadster is initiating the attack. When you initiate an attack, you're going to be able to charge your attack up for increased damage. You're just going to hold down your space bar or whatever there to charge up that bar. Now, the Toadster is not dead, but retreated, so it's going to be hiding in one of these tiles down here that I do not see yet. So, and then there we go. There is the Toadster. Now, since I couldn't see him, the Toadster got the first shot off. Now I know he's down below, but he's going to get that stealth attack on me again, I believe. Actually, he's not there. What do we have here? An ancient glyph. Hidden within lies the power to unlock a distant secret. That sounds pretty snazzy. Let's go ahead and snag that. And then a jeweler. That costs 2 silver coins. I've got 3. Why don't we head on down there? Let's head to the jeweler. Now, just like the tile I showed earlier, we spent our coins. The jeweler, however, is one that we're going to have to go back to. So we're going to have to go back to collect our item. We can't head back yet. It's not allowing us to, but we're going to want to go back and visit. Now you see it says it's ready for pickup. We can actually pick it up as we pass through this direction. And let's see what the jeweler gave us here. So we've got the choices. We can choose between the Bone Charm, reduces ability coin cost. The Brimstone, when entering a stage, damages all enemies. That seems like a hot item. And then we've got the Telescope. Waiting uncovers a random distant covered tile. Now, what waiting means is letting your timer expire. Now, you don't have to actually wait this out. You can hit the space bar when you're out on the tiles, and it will automatically bump the timer to the end. But I think we're going to take that. The Brimstone sounds super cool. So let's head on through, and remember, we still have that enemy somewhere that has retreated. Now, there could be a path up this way that I have not seen by not going to that tile. but we're going to continue on and see what we can encounter. And we actually made it to the end of the passage, so I'm assuming that toad went up this way somewhere. Now, we never ran into, or actually, now it's telling us there's an artifact in here. However, we've only got 2 copper coins, so we can't move on. We're going to have to leave that one behind, and let's head on out. And as you see, it advanced us up to the next floor of the particular dungeon and encounter. Now, as you go to the new floor, you keep your silver coins. You are awarded more copper movement coins. What do we have here? A tax. Well, I mean, we want to avoid the tax. I've only got 1 silver coin. Let's see if we can't bypass paying a tax. Here we go. A grain field helps with the harvest, and you can expect a plentiful meal for your efforts. Now, as you see the little 3 on that tile, we'd have to go to that one 3 times to collect. My health is not super low, so I'm not going to worry about that one. And we're going to continue on. What do we have here? We got a danger sign. It's so scary that enemies tend to turn around. All right, well, let's get past the danger sign. Over here, we got a lumberjack camp. You'll have to graft for your pay. Let's go ahead and head on over. What do we got down there? A market. We only have the 1 silver coin. Let's see. So, by taking some damage, we were awarded a silver coin. Was that worth? I'm not so sure that that was worth. Now, we ran into a Skelly. The Skelly is got 22 health. I've got 56. Let's wreck that Skelly. And then, you know, we're able to charge up since we're the one initiating the attack. Now we can't see the Skelly. So if we move on over, I kind of want to take that guy out. Now, he was stealth there, but we still got some damage in on him. Now we're going to be able to initiate the attack, though, so we will get that charge up, which will allow us to get a little bit more damage in. And boy, I just failed on that one horribly, but luckily he was pretty darn low. And now Mr. Skelly is dead. So we were awarded 1 silver, 1 copper for completing that. You see my character bar, it's got a good chunk of health missing now. Now might be a good time, since I've got all these copper coins, to come over and visit this grain field. So, what do we have here? First aid. That costs a coin, though. This one just costs time. So, if we visit this 3 times, then it gave us a 14 health heal. Let's continue to move on through, and then here we see the passage. So this is going to take us into the next level. Let's just go ahead and GTFO. We'll ignore Mr. Birdo here and head on into the next floor. Now, once again, taking a look at our progress, we now know we're halfway through to the last map. This tile, we've got an outpost. It's 1 silver coin, but it's going to give us a meal, which is going to give us a little bit of healing back. So I think that's money well spent. That gave us back 15 coin. Here's a fishing pond, which would give us more health back, but as you see, requires 1 silver coin, which I do not have. The Rune of Wealth. Over here, we got an organ dealer. Oh man, so here you would take some damage in exchange for coins. I think let's go ahead and continue on down. We see we got an enemy right there that just popped up. A counterfeiter. An undertaker. Are you really going to squander the corpse of your fallen companion for some lousy coins? Yes, please. Ooh, and there was a trap. A spring trap was disguised as a path tile. So we took a little damage there. Let's go ahead and continue on. Actually, you know what? Let's just go down and go right for this grain field and these heals. This one, we're going to have to use 3 coins, as we're going to have to visit it 3 times. And there we go. We got 14 health back on that. Oh, and we ran into a hidden baddie. Now, let's go ahead and move on over and see if we can't get the smackdown on this one. Boy, I just failed at that charge up, huh? See if I can't do better. Now, he is retreating. So, let's give in the chase and see what else we got. What was that? A spider web. I think we can try to avoid that if possible. That was a nice smack to the face right there. Retreating once again. And what do we have here? A Necronomicon. Just reading aloud from this devilish scripture would blow a whiff of death into the faces of all mortals. Let's try it. Oh, I took 11 damage on that. Oof. I guess I should have read the dang tip. Now, is this going to be worth taking 11 damage? A treasure map. Well, I mean, treasure is always nice. Sadly, it's way back there. And that was just a quick look at Coin Operated Carnage. Let me know down in the comments below if you'd like to see this one, more of this one in the future. There is a ton of stuff in the game. There's a lot to learn. Like I said, though, the developer did go through and put in an enormous amount of information in game. You just have to go through and discover it all for yourself by checking out those tooltips that are available on every single tile that you could mouse over. So thank you all once again, and I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.